Please note, this edition of a Shy Life podcast was recorded before Bettina's recent traumatic disappearance, and so no reference will be made to it, because it hasn't happened yet at time of recording. Thank you. Please enjoy the show.
Who's that? It's me, Yeti, Uncle John. Paul, what's up? I got into a spot of bother. Oh dear. Not another Charlotte podcast fan pregnant. Yeti, Uncle John, I've never made a Charlotte podcast fan pregnant. Oh, well, sorry. If you were really rock and roll, you would have done by now. Yeti, Uncle John, this isn't the 60s or the 70s or the 80s. Although, anyway, I'm just not going to be available. I'm just not going to get back to the studio in time to record a new episode of the Charlotte podcast. Oh, well, it's very unprofessional of you, Paul. It's not so much unprofessional, but I'm stuck. There's no trains. Oh, it's very poor. I could come and pick you up. No, you can't. I'm in Edinburgh. In Edinburgh? What are you doing there? It doesn't matter. Look, I'm just there and I can't get back. So you know what this means? Or know what this means? Oh, goodness. I think I do. How wonderful. Do what you have to do and do it, please. And you know the ropes. I know the ropes. I know them well. Yes, they're very nice ropes. Anyway, yeah, well, have fun getting back from Edinburgh then, Paul. Speak to you soon. Yes, actually, I was going to... I hope they manage okay. Cromitty, it's me. Hello, Yeti, Uncle John, I can see it's you, yes. Well, what do you want? Paul needs us. He needs us to do that thing. Oh, dear. Not again. Oh, he's becoming quite the voyeur. No, Cromitty, not that. No, he's stuck in Edinburgh. Stuck in Edinburgh? What's he doing there? I don't know. He said he was top secret or something. Anyway, there's no trains and it's too far for me to go and pick him up in the taxi. So, look, he needs us to do it. To do it? You know what we have to do when he can't get back in time to do a Charlotte podcast episode. Oh, really? Oh, how marvellous. Okay, well, we better get started. Yes, we need to do it now. Oh dear. Whew. I need to get my breath back. I'll sort out the guests. I'll sort out anyway. All right, let's go. Let's run the theme music. It's time for the Yeti Spaghetti Show. Oh yes, we're back, guys. We're back. Hello and welcome to the Yeti Spaghetti Show with me, Yeti Uncle John, and me, Cromitty. Yes, we're here. Come join us. Oh, it's going to be a fabulous show. It's going to be very fabulous, if not twice as fabulous as last time. Oh, yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, listeners. It's me, Cromitty, and here I am for another episode of the Yeti Spaghetti Show. Yes, I'm here too, Yeti Uncle John. We're here to share anecdotes from our lives. And we'll be having a couple of special guests. Yes, it's quite short notice, so there'll probably be guests you've heard before. But anyway, they're good. They'll have good stories. Anyway, well, I suppose we should get going. Get going? We finished already? That was very quick. Did I fall asleep in the middle? No, we should get going and start giving anecdotes. Oh, yes, sorry, I'm a bit slow today. Oh, let me get my chair in. Oh, it's better. Who's going first then, you or me? Well, yes, as we always do, we tell some anecdotes first, and then we have some guests. And there'll be some music, of course. Yeah, funky music. We'll see what turns up, yes. Yeah. Better be funky music. I like a bit of funky music. Okay. Hey, Uncle John, you seem quite high-powered today. Oh, I am and I'm not. But anyway, do you want me to go first? I think you should, yes. Yeah, oh dear. Right. Let me have a think. What can I tell you? I think it's time for me to tell you a little bit more about Trevor the ostrich. Oh, that would be marvellous. Please do. Yes. This is a story I call The Flamingo Feud of Feather Ridge. Flamingos? They've been talking about ostriches. Oh yes, well, this was the time when a rival gang of flamingos encountered Trevor's gang. Oh goodness. Is it like West Side Story? I don't know, I've never seen it. Well, you should probably. Well, I probably should. Anyway, it all began innocently enough. A group of flamingos from the neighbouring Flare and Flap Sanctuary strutted into Big Beaky's Ostrich Emporium one afternoon, all legs in attitude. They were visiting for what they claimed was a cross-species cultural exchange, but Trevor wasn't buying it. He narrowed his eyes and muttered, "They're here to steal our spotlight." Oh goodness, oh Yeti Uncle John. Yes, well, the flamingos, led by a flamboyant bird named Ricardo, who wore a sequin neckerchief and spoke exclusively in dramatic size, immediately began showing off. They formed a synchronised triangle formation and performed a flawless pirouette around the duck pond. The ostriches were unimpressed. Trevor tried to counter with a solo interpretive dust bath, but it was pretty abstract. Oh goodness, this is like West Side Story. What next? Well, tensions escalated when Ricardo challenged Trevor to a strut-off. The rules were simple. One runway made of hay bales, one judge, Marjorie, naturally wearing a feather boa and holding a scorecard, and only one winner, determined by sass, poise and wing flare. Oh my goodness. Oh, the stakes were high. The stakes were high, yes. Trevor stomped down the runway with the intensity of a disgruntled librarian, whilst Ricardo floated down like a pink cloud of judgment. The crowd, mostly just confused goats, was split. Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, then came the twist. In a moment of chaotic inspiration, blasted the song Jive Talking from a nearby speaker and attempted a breakdance. As often happened around that place, a flamingo fainted. Flamingos don't always faint, but somebody always seemed to be fainting in those days. It was the era for it. It was very in to faint back then. It was, anyway. Meanwhile, one of the other ostriches did the worm, and Ricardo tried to moonwalk, but he slipped and landed in the duck pond. Oh, goodness. And then, well, Marjorie declared it a tie and demanded a group hug. The flamingos reluctantly agreed, though Ricardo insisted on being misted with rose water first. Oh goodness, he sounds like a real diva. He was a real diva, yes. Anyway, after that, the ostriches and the flamingos sort of maintained a tense but respectful truce. For as long as I stayed in touch with them, they used to meet up once a month for joint yoga and passive-aggressive compliment battles. Joint yoga and passive-aggressive compliment battles? What on earth's that? Oh, you don't want to know. I think I might. Well, when I speak later, I'll tell you about when the ostriches tried to start a band, but they couldn't agree on a genre. Oh, dear. Oh, well, that sounds fascinating. Goodness. It's your turn now. It is indeed. Well, I thought I'd tell you of a time when I was not even capable of making a partial success. In fact, I was a complete failure. Oh, Cromitty, you've never been a complete failure, have you? Well, on this occasion, yes, I was. I ran out of ideas. You ran out of ideas? Goodness gracious, But you've got books and 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 books of ideas. Well, they're notepads, not books, but yes. Oh, it's difficult to say notepad. So I had to say books. Oh, well, that's allowed. That's fine. Oh gosh. Yes, I do usually have books and books and books and books, etc. of ideas, but not on this occasion. I was probably having a bad 5 minutes. Well, it was more than 5 minutes, but anyway. Well, tell us the story. Yeah, I will. Well, it all happened on a Wednesday, although it felt suspiciously like a Monday to me, like Monday was wearing a disguise. Oh yes, that often happens. Yes, there I was in my lab, surrounded by half-finished inventions. Oh, well, so you had something on the go? Yes, but they weren't working. What were you making? Well, a toaster that only worked during thunderstorms, a monocle that translated sarcasm into Latin, and a jelly that could recite limericks, but only in the presence of marmalade. Oh, yes. Yeah, I can see how a toaster that only worked during thunderstorms would be quite limiting. You know, you don't get thunderstorms that often. Well, exactly. And a monocle that translates sarcasm into Latin. I mean, who needs that? Exactly. Nobody speaks Latin. Anyway. And a jelly that could recite limericks. I mean, that's quite chilling. You don't want to get your marmalade near a jelly. No, exactly. Oh, but I was just stuck. Nothing I came up with felt new. Nothing felt quite bad enough. Oh, I was just uninspired. Oh dear. How did you get over it? Well, I tried everything. Exactly what does that entail? Well, I wore my thinking trousers. They're really just regular trousers filled with glitter, but I think I've seen those. You look very good in them. Oh, thank you, Yeti Uncle John. Yes, so I wore those, and I consulted Gerald, the mop, but all he could do was offer cryptic wisdom, like stuff like, the floor knows more than you think. Oh dear. I don't think Gerald was a suitable companion for you, Cromitty. If that was Cuthbert, he'd have exactly the right idea. I know, no, Gerald was all very well, but he may have been sentient, but he was also stupid at times. Well, we can all be stupid at times, but Gerald was more stupid than most people, a greater average. Oh, yes, I see. What about Denise the squirrel? Was she still around? Yes, I asked her for advice. She was busy running Neutralia's annual acorn census. You remember Neutralia? Oh, yes, I do. There I was, staring into my compliment mirror, and, it spoke to me. What did it say? You're still brilliant, but your socks are emotionally beige. Oh, I was devastated. Oh, Cromitty, I hate to think of you feeling so sad. So, how did you get out of this sticky situation? Well, eventually there was a turnaround. Thank goodness. Yes, I had to make a journey. A journey. Where did you go? Torremolinos? No. I mean a journey into the absurd, into a different realm, a realm where all the ideas live. Oh, I see what you mean. How did it happen? How was it triggered? Well, one night, whilst eating a sandwich made entirely of pickles and regret, I had a revelation. I realized I'd been trying too hard to invent for others. What was needed was to invent something so pointless, so gloriously unnecessary, that it would reignite my creative flame. Oh, my goodness. What did you do? I built it. You built it? Yes. The idea hat. More hats. Oh, well, hats seem to be your strong point. Isn't that how you and Denise got to know one another? Well, yes, and well, hats in those days, yes, they were my strong point. What was it like? I mean, what was the idea hat like? Well, it was basically a colander lined with jelly beans, powered by the emotional energy of forgotten birthday cards. When worn, it whispered nonsense direct into my ears. Oh, well, nonsense is where all the best ideas lay. Exactly. What did it tell you? Oh, things like invent a spoon that screams when it touches soup, or create a doorbell that only rings in haiku, or design a trampoline that judges your life choices mid-bounce. What marvellous ideas! I know. Oh, I remember that night. I laughed, I cried, and I built all 3 of those inventions. Oh, I'd really like to try that spoon. Oh, yes, one day. Of course, the villagers were baffled, but Gerald the mop, he wept with pride, and Denise declared the idea had a national treasure and demanded it be worn during Squirrel Parliament. Oh, I'd have been awfully flattered. Yes, I was. Oh, dear. I've never seen you wear this hat, though. Well, I don't know. I've never really had a lack of ideas like I did in that time. I don't know whether it was the weather or something else, but maybe it's just the fact that I know that if I ever need it, it's there. It still works. Yes, I sometimes lend it to other scientists, but, it's like having a crutch or a rock to cling on to. From that moment on, I've never feared running out of ideas. If ever my inspiration wanes again, I'll put my hat on, I'll eat a pickle regret sandwich, and I'll let the nonsense flow. Oh, Cromitty, you are brilliant. No wonder your legacy continues to this day. It's not a matter of chasing brilliance, it's a matter of embracing the beautifully absurd, I think. Oh, yes, I think so. Oh, well, it's marvellous. Well, listeners, it's time that we listen to some music, because we've got a special guest coming up in a moment. And, thanks for your story, Cromitty. Thank you. And thank you for your story. There'll be more from both of us at the end of the episode. Anyway, let's listen to this music. Let's do that. And we're back. So, who is our special guest this episode? Well, she was here last time and she's here again, but she is the mistress of stories. She is indeed. Bettina Dupre, welcome back to the Yeti Spaghetti Show.
Oh, darling. I'm so pleased to be back. Oh, I'm so happy that you're doing another episode.
Yes, we are. But, well, we want to hear some more stories from your life.
Oh, darling, I'd love to. Let me think. What shall I tell you about?
Well, what? I don't know, but whatever it is, I know for sure that it'll be enjoyable. I can't wait to hear. I can't wait to hear either. What's your anecdote going to be about, Bettina?
Well, darling, this one I call the mime, the beret, and the Marseille misunderstanding.
Goodness me. I think Paul went to Marseille once, on the show. I believe he did, yes.
Oh, I love Marseille, darling. Nice is nice, but Marseille is Marseille-ish.
Absolutely. Please do go on.
Darling, well, it was 1995, and I'd taken a brief sabbatical from the stage to rediscover my essence. So there I went to the south of France, and I arrived in Marseille with a suitcase full of silk caftans, a copy of The Second Sex, and absolutely no grasp of conversational French beyond champagne and encore.
How come you knew so little French?
Oh, well, you know, I knew it once upon a time, and then I forgot it again. You know, I'm always learning bits of languages, and, you know, I used to have a pet parrot that would help me with languages. If I just ask it to translate a sentence, it would squawk what I had to say, but I miss her. Desdemona, I called her.
I hope you'll tell us about Desdemona one day.
Maybe I will.
Yes, that would be fun.
Anyway, one afternoon, after sipping espresso in a sun-drenched square, I was approached by a group of mime artists preparing for a silent protest against the closure of a beloved local theatre. I guess they kind of mistook my dramatic gestures and flowing attire for avant-garde solidarity, and they welcomed me into their ranks.
Oh, marvellous. Oh, this is so marvellous.
Well, I didn't get a chance to clarify, and I was curious, and before I knew it, I was handed a beret. Not only that, but they painted me with white face makeup and thrust me into the centre of the protest. I mean, I went to a lot of protests, particularly in the 1960s, but, you know, I hadn't been on one for a while, by 95.
Yes, I have read about some of your campaigning work with Jane Fonda and Dusty Springfield.
Dusty. Yes. Well, I was curious to know what the theme of the protest was. Turns out it was theatre is life, silence is resistance.
Oh, magnificent.
Well, you know, I've always considered myself a bit of a chameleon, so I embraced the role. I mimed heartbreak, longing and bureaucratic despair with such an intensity that passers-by began to cry. A local journalist dubbed me La Dame du Silence, and the mayor's office, well, they were moved by the spectacle as well. You know, all of us there in the square, and I'm glad to say they reversed the theatre's closure within 48 hours.
Oh, that is marvellous. Oh, yes, well done. Oh, well done to you all.
Yes, thank you, darling. But there was a slight twist in the tale when I was invited to speak at the press conference. I stood there at the podium, I removed my beret, and I said without irony, "Je suis la mime." And the whole room erupted in applause. One of the other protesters handed me a rose, and a small child whispered, "C'est magnifique."
Oh, what a moving experience. Oh, I have tears.
Just mime them, darling. No need for real tears.
Oh, dear.
You know, I look back on that day in Marseille, and I often think I went to Marseille to find myself, but instead I found a mime troupe, a movement, and a moment of pure theatrical truth.
Oh, no, I can't stop crying. Oh,
darling. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, dear. Maybe we need something a bit more jolly. I mean, that was moving, Bettina. Very, very moving.
Thank you.
Would you tell us about Desdemona?
I'd love to, darling. Yes. I'd like to tell you about Desdemona. I really would, and I will. But I want to tell you about a particular instance with Desdemona, which I call Desdemona and the Margate Apparition.
Oh, my goodness. Sounds scary. Will you hold my hand, Cromitty?
Oh, always, always. So there I was, in Margate, in a theatre in Margate, and I was sitting in my dressing room. This must have been sometime in the late 70s, and Desdemona was there, and I was just sitting back, and I spoke to her, and I said, "Oh, I'm so tired today," I said, fanning myself with a programme from a production of Rocky Horror, if I remember rightly. Desdemona, she was not merely a parrot, but she was a linguist, a confidant, and on one memorable occasion, a spiritual medium.
Oh, amazing.
So there I was, just relaxing, and I was telling her how tired I was, and she was responding, and, she was beautiful. She really was. She was a regal African grey with a vocabulary that spanned 7 languages and one particularly rude dialect of Neapolitan, but she was my constant companion ever since I had been introduced to her in Madrid during a production of Carmen, where she'd first squawked, "Hey, my Alma," during a dress rehearsal and received a standing ovation.
Oh, what a wonderful bird.
Yes. My memories of her are tainted slightly by, the fact that she's no longer here.
Oh, Bettina.
Maybe I'll tell you about that one day, but not today. But there I was, yes, in Margate, and things took quite a turn for the paranormal.
Hold me tight, Cromitty. I'm holding you tight. That's not my hand. Shh. Shush now, shush.
Well, you see, I was in Margate because I'd been cast in a revival of Blithe's Spirit, which was kind of ironic given the events that followed. My dressing room was tucked behind the stage of the Grand Pavilion. It had an odd chill and a lingering scent of mothballs and marmalade. Desdemona was normally quite unflappable, but she began muttering in Old English. "Beware the beast," she croaked one evening. "The badger comes at dusk."
Oh, the badger comes at dusk. Yeti, Uncle John, calm down.
Well, I assumed it was a metaphor, or perhaps a misremembered line from King Lear, but then, during a matinee, the lights flickered, my hand mirror cracked, and a taxidermy badger, yes, a stuffed, glassy-eyed, and inexplicably mobile badger, appeared on my vanity table. I screamed. Desdemona squawked, "Mon Dieu!" And she actually launched herself at the badger, knocking it to the floor, revealing a hidden compartment beneath the dressing table.
What was inside?
Inside was a diary from 1893, belonging to a failed illusionist named Barnaby Blight, who had apparently cursed the room after being booed off stage for accidentally sawing his assistant's wig in half.
Oh, there is no greater crime.
Exactly, darling.
Oh, I'm scared. Calm down, calm down.
Well, darling, the theatre manager Clive, a man with the emotional range of a damp sponge, insisted it was all coincidence. But I knew better. I performed the rest of the run with Desdemona perched on my shoulder, whispering protective incantations in Latin and occasionally shouting, "No ghosts allowed! Beware the beast! The badger comes at dusk! Mon Dieu!" during scene changes. Of course, the show was a triumph. Critics called it eerily authentic. One even claimed my performance had a haunted brilliance. I took it as a compliment.
Well, as you should. Oh, you did well.
Darling, if Uncle John, I hope you're not still scared.
No, I'm fine. Absolutely fine. Bettina, before you go, I know you don't want to speak this time about the end of your friendship with Desdemona, but could you tell us more about how you first met her when you were in Madrid that time?
Oh, of course, darling, I'd love to. This one I call A Feathered Friendship in F minor. As I said, it was the late 70s. I had been cast as Michaela in a tempestuous production of Carmen at the Teatro Real in Madrid. The director was a tormented genius who insisted on emotional realism, which meant rehearsals often involved flamenco dancers weeping into castanets and tenors storming out in mid-aria.
Oh, very dramatic.
Well, one afternoon, during a particularly fraught rehearsal involving a misbehaving donkey and a misplaced sword prop, I escaped into the theatre's rooftop garden for a moment of peace. There, perched on a wrought iron railing, was Desdemona, a regal African grey parrot with eyes like polished garnets and an air of aristocratic disdain.
My goodness, what a beautiful way of meeting someone.
I know. Well, Desdemona looked at me, and in perfect Castilian Spanish said, "Este jugando del drama otra vez." Apologies if I didn't pronounce it properly. It's been a while.
What does that mean?
Well, I asked her to translate, and not only did she introduce herself as Desdemona, but she told me what the phrase had meant. Apparently what she'd said to me was, "running from the drama again," which is exactly what I had been, just getting away from it all, up on the rooftop garden. Oh, how I laughed.
Yes. Well, and then what happened?
Well, a conversation began, and it lasted 3 hours, and spanned 4 languages. It was mainly Desdemona speaking in 4 languages. I did my best, but turned out that Desdemona had once belonged to a retired opera diva who taught her French, Italian, and a quite unique German dialect, which I think is only spoken by about 13 people.
Oh, goodness me. How odd.
Exactly, darling. Well, turns out that when the diva passed away, dramatically during a high sea, Desdemona had flown off in search of new theatrical companionship.
So, what happened then? Yes, tell us.
Well, you know, I clearly recognised a kindred spirit, and I smuggled Desdemona into my dressing room in a hat box filled with silk scarves. And from that moment on, we were inseparable.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, you know, she was such a talented bird. She used to help me translate love letters from foreign admirers, and she corrected their grammar.
Oh, Bettina.
Yes. I remember her once sitting there whispering lines in German during a Berlin production of Die Fledermaus.
How accomplished.
And of course she'd always squawk, "Encore! Encore!" at precisely the right moment, often before the curtain had even fallen.
What a good friend. Yes, I wish I'd met her.
We used to share hotel rooms, train compartments, and once, memorably, a gondola in Venice where Desdemona recited Shakespeare whilst I drank limoncello.
And it was a good, long friendship?
Oh, yes. In the 80s, 90s, must have been 30 years we knew each other. Parrots have quite a long lifespan, but of course I didn't know how old she was when we first met. She'd had at least 1, if not 2, life companions before we met.
Yes, of course. Well, you'll have to tell us more stories.
You know, another time. I'd love to, darling. Now, don't get me wrong. Our friendship was not without drama. Desdemona once flew off mid-performance to chase a rogue eclair whilst I was performing in Paris. I had to improvise a monologue about pastry-induced heartbreak, but we always found our way back to one another.
A bit like you and Tappy. And you and Charlotte.
Yes, maybe it's a running thread through my friendships. I think those ladies were probably my 3 best friends. Tappy, Charlotte and Desdemona.
Oh, Bettina, that was a wonderful story. Yes, Bettina, wonderful. But now I think it's time for us to listen to some music. Thanks again, Bettina. And, Cromitty, when we come back, I think we've got another guest. We have indeed. Yes. Okay. Thank you again, Bettina, and do come back again soon.
I'd love to, darling. Absolutely.
Well, guys, we're back. We hope you enjoyed that music. We've got another guest here. Cromitty, who's our guest? Well, it's Paul, of course. Paul the Shy Yeti, beaming in live from a waiting room somewhere in Edinburgh. Paul, how are you? I'm okay. Still stuck up in Edinburgh. Oh, yes. What are you doing up there? It's all very mysterious. Maybe I'll tell you in a bit. All right. It does sound quite quiet. Yes, I think everyone's gone home. There's no trains until the morning, and I haven't the money for another night in a hotel. Oh dear, oh dear. I'll send you some magic beans, only I don't have any. No, it's fine. Paul, will you tell us a story? Something that will inspire the listeners? Of course. I was thinking I might tell you of another tale when I perform poetry. Of course, Paul, that would be fantastic. Yes, absolutely fantastic. What will you tell us? I thought I'd tell you of the time I did an interplanetary recital at an event so tender and strange that it's still whispered about in Martian crater cafes to this very day. Sounds marvellous. Go on. Well, you know, these days, going up in space is quite a common thing, thanks to our friend Ick. But back in the 90s, it wasn't so common. But luckily I got signed up to what was known as the Great Galactic Cultural Exchange. Earth sent its finest artists to their poetic craft across the solar system. Even then, long before I became Shy Yeti, I was known for my gentle verse and mossy demeanour, and I was chosen to represent the poetic soul of the Himalayas. Really, Paul? How old were you? I was in my 20s. It was around the time I was making Sutton Park, but there was always time for other activities, and as I say, I may not have been Shy Yeti, but I was still a Yeti, and I was chosen. Go ahead, Paul. We're listening. It's Uncle John. Please don't interrupt. I'm sorry, it just sounds rather unlikely. Well, I know. And I was nervous. I was only in my mid-20s. I was nervous. My paws were trembling, and I even packed 3 emotional support snowballs just in case. Right. Shh. It's Uncle John. Anyway, upon arrival on Mars, I was greeted by a curious crowd of Martians. They were tall, translucent beings with antennae that pulsed to the rhythm of emotion. They had never heard poetry before, but they had a deep appreciation for vibrations and metaphors involving dust. And where was this held? Where was the venue? Well, it was actually a dome carved into Olympus Mons, lit by bioluminescent fungi and filled with floating cushions. So, eventually my time came, and I stepped onto the stage. I cleared my throat, and I began to read. I miss the hush of snow on fir, the way the stars feel slightly blurred, but here beneath your rust-red skies, I find new dreams behind my eyes. I don't like to exaggerate, but the Martians were spellbound. Their antennae shimmered in shades of lavender and teal, colours that in their culture meant profound emotional resonance. One Martian even floated forward and he gently offered me a pebble, which in their culture is a gesture of deep respect. Oh, Paul, marvellous. I read probably 3 more poems, each softer than the last. One was about homesickness, one about interspecies friendship, and one simply titled, Dust is Just Stardust That Forgot. Oh, I love that title. By the end of the show, the Martians had composed a harmonic hum in my honour, which echoed through the Martian valleys for days. I didn't say much afterward. I mean, I wasn't the only performer, but I did seem to be the one who got the most attention. But, that was enough. I just smiled. I hugged my snowballs and I whispered, that was nice. Oh, Paul, we'd like to hear that poem. Do you still recall it? Oh, what, Dust is Stardust That Forgot? Yes, we want to hear it, don't we, Yeti, Uncle John? Oh, I'd love to hear it, yes. It sounds fascinating. Okay. Do you have it written down somewhere on my phone? It's quite short. I walked on soil that once was flame, a planet quiet without a name. Its dust clung gently to my fur. a whisper, not a roar, not a slur. They said this place was lifeless, bare, but I found lullabies in air. Each grain of red a tale unsaid of stars that burned and softly fled. I miss the snow, the mountains' hush, but here I feel a different blush, the kind that comes when silence speaks, and even shy hearts find their peaks. So let this dust adorn my coat, a badge of dreams, a cosmic note, for what is dust if not the start of something vast with beating heart? Dust is stardust that just forgot, a shimmer lost, a spark unwrought. It drifts through valleys soft and slow, a memory of stars that used to glow. But even ash can learn to gleam in silence in a Martian dream, and every grain beneath my tread whispers, you're more than what's already shed. Oh, Paul, they must have loved that one. They did. They all started levitating. It was quite something to behold. Oh, right, Paul. Well, all very impressive. But we want to know the answer. What are you doing in Edinburgh? Oh, yes, Paul. Can you tell us? I guess I can tell you. It's not such a big secret, really. It's just that, I wasn't sure you'd be interested. Of course we're interested, Paul. Well, I appeared yesterday in a show called The Headless Verse Gathering up in Edinburgh, deep in a haunted undercroft beneath the Royal Mile. It was very foggy, actually. One of the reasons my journey back has been delayed, but a kind of fog that feels like it's listening. Oh yes, I know what you mean. Anyway, I've been invited by the Spectral Society of Scotland, a group of headless ghosts known for their impeccable taste in melancholy poetry and who have a tendency to applaud telepathically. As I said, the venue was an abandoned wine cellar, lit by flickering lanterns and the occasional spontaneous ectoplasmic glow. Oh, now it's spooky again. Cromitty, please hold my paw. Oh, Yeti, Uncle John. You've met many ghosts. You don't get scared when you see Douglas? No, I'm going to have a cup of tea. I've got one here. Oh, dear. Are you going to slurp? Oh, I might slurp. Paul, just wait for him to slurp. I'll wait. Well, let's all go ahead. Well, I was nervous. It's not like hanging out with Douglas and Boo and all that sort of thing, because these ghosts are headless, so that you can't make eye contact. So it's difficult to know whether they're enjoying the poetry you're reading. Although they were still able to clap or stomp their feet. Oh, yes. Oh, I imagine it is still possible. Yes, it is. Anyway, they took the stage, which was a rather creaky wooden plank balanced over a forgotten crypt, and I began my set. I've written some new material, actually. Oh, that's good, Paul. You haven't written too much recently. No, not since I wrote those AI songs last year, or the year before, whatever it was. Yes. Can you read us anything? I can give you some excerpts. One of them was called Where My Head Used to Be, which it was kind of a tribute to my audience, written in honour of their unique condition. It went a bit like this. I think, therefore I float, they say, though heads have long since gone astray. But thoughts still bloom in spectral mist, and memories persist unkissed. So here's to minds that roam unbound, to wisdom not by skulls confined. You wear your silence like a crown, invisible but well defined. Oh, very good. Did they like that? Yes. There was a sort of rattling of wine bottles and clinking of glasses. I think that, What else did you read? Well, as I say, just an excerpt, but I wrote one called Cobwebs in My Chest, which I sort of explained was a personal piece, all about vulnerability and finding comfort in haunted places. Oh, yes. It's a bit like this. I feel my fears in hollow bones, where whispers echo not alone, a cobweb heart, a trembling paw, yet here I stand despite the flaw. You see me not as beast or brute, but barred with fur and soul acute, and in this crypt I feel less shy. Among the headless, I can cry. Oh, Paul. Well, funny thing is, at that point, one of the ghosts floated forward and offered me a translucent handkerchief, but it passed through my paw, but still, the gesture was deeply felt. I appreciated it. Of course. Right. Was that it? No. I read a full set, but one that went down particularly well was called Gravestones Make Good Listeners, which was my closing piece. I felt it was, soft and reverent. Soft and reverent, yes. Oh dear, all right. I sort of used some of my life experiences in this one. I've spoken to the stars and snow, to marmots, Martians, friends below, but gravestones they never judge. They hold your words, they never budge. So speak your truth, no need to shout. The dead have ears without a doubt. And if you're shy like me, you'll find it's the quiet ones that are most kind. Oh, Paul. I bet they gave you a standing ovation. Well, a floating ovation. They did. One even tried to toss a bouquet of phantom thistles at me, which sort of vanished. But anyway, I feel it was a good experience despite being stuck at the station now. I even got a ghost-written thank you note, and I promised to return one day. You'll have to come with me next time, Cromitty. I loved you, Paul. You got a thank you note? Yes. Well, what did it say? Well, I mean, considering that they're poets themselves, it was quite a poetic thank you note. Oh, please do read it to us, Paul. I will. I haven't got the actual letter. It's packed in my luggage, but I can read you. I took a photo of it, so I can read it off my phone. Please do. Okay, it said, to the gentle beast with a trembling voice, we, the unbodied and unbowed, extend our deepest gratitude for the verses you shared beneath our vaulted shadows. Your words stitched warmth into our wandering, and for a moment we remembered the weight of breath. Though we lack heads, we do not lack heart. Though we cannot weep, we do feel the art. And your poetry, soft as fog, sharp as frost, found us, held us, and made us less lost. You spoke of cobwebs and gravestones, of silence that listens and snow that forgives. You saw us not as echoes, but as audience. And for that we are eternally yours. Return when the veil thins. We'll keep a lantern lit in the crypt, and a seat beside the whispering wall, with spectral affection, the Headless Verse Society of Edinburgh. Oh, Paul, you want to keep that forever? Oh, I will. Actually inspired a little poem that I could read. It's short. Okay, yes, of course. I wrote it whilst I've been waiting. It's called I Was Seen by Those Without Eyes. They had no gaze, no lids to blink, no pupils wide with thought or ink. Yet somehow in that crypt-bound air I felt their silence truly stare. No judgment came, no furrowed brow, just presence soft like snowfall now. Their headless forms, so still, so kind, held space for every trembling line. I spoke of snow, of stars, of shame, of how a name can feel like flame, and though no eyes met mine that night, I felt their listening burn so bright. To be received by those unseen is to be known in ways serene, and now I walk with lighter tread, for even ghosts can lift the dread. Oh, marvellous, Paul. What did they say? Have they seen it? Well, I emailed it to them, but I've not had a response yet, but it's late. Yes, Paul, of course. Oh, well. Anyway, it's time for a bit of music. Paul, thank you very much for being our guest. When we come back, Cromitty and I will just share a couple more anecdotes, and then it'll be time to go. Yes, already time to go. Oh, guys, you're doing a great job. Hopefully I'll be back with you soon. I hope so. Oh, yes, I hope so. Oh, yes. All right, listen to some music. Well, Yeti Uncle John, a couple more anecdotes from us both. Oh, will you start, Cromitty? I can. Sorry, I just need to slurp my tea first before you start. Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you. Right, I thought I'd tell you of the day that I decided to keep a cloud as a pet. A cloud as a pet? Yes. Well, it all began when I was looking out of the window and I saw a particularly fluffy cumulus cloud, which was shaped a bit like an angry badger. It was floating past my window and, well, I gasped. I dropped my pickle spoon and I declared, I shall build a cloud and it shall love me. Oh, dear. Feeling a bit needy, were you? Well, I was actually, but that's another story. Okay, so you decided you wanted a cloud as a pet? Yes, and I started making plans. I wanted to create a domesticated cloud, one that could float obediently behind me, that could puff affectionately when stroked, one that would rain only when emotionally appropriate, like I guess during one of Paul's dramatic poetry readings, or during one of Bettina's wonderful artistic performances. Although this was during a time when neither of them were in my life. Yeah, well, sure. So what happened? Well, I built a cloud incubation chamber. I used a dehumidifier, which was wired into a saxophone, and 14 balloons filled with existential dread, and a weather vane that only pointed towards whimsy. These things exist? Of course they do. Goodness. Anyway, I also added a dash of fog, which had been harvested from a confused moose in the Scottish Highlands, and I whispered lullabies to the vapour until it coalesced into a small, sentient puff named Nimbus. Oh, how sweet. Yes, well, the thing is, I then had to train it. You had to train the cloud? Yes, I did. Nimbus was adorable, but he was temperamental. As I say, I had to train it. I used treats made of cotton candy and static electricity, and it had a leash made from rainbow fragments. And I used to read it a bedtime story entitled The Little Cloud Who Could But Didn't Feel Like It. Okay. Yes. And was that a successful training schedule? Well, not always. To begin with, Nimbus responded by raining on my toast and occasionally thundering when Gerald the sentient mop looked at it a bit strangely. But you kept on training it? I did, yes. Yes, I did, and eventually I attempted to market Nimbus as the world's first emotional support cloud. And many of the villagers even lined up to adopt one of their own. One woman named hers Sir Drizzleton and taught it to hover politely during tea. Another trained his cloud to play hide-and-seek, which mostly involved fogging up the pantry. And of course Denise the squirrel demanded a cloud throne and declared herself Queen of the Sky Nibblers. Sounds like there was some success. You might think that, but no. Soon chaos erupted. The clouds began forming unions, and they demanded better altitude conditions, more respect during weather forecasts, and a ban on being poked by curious pigeons. Oh, golly. Yes, well, the original Nimbus even led a brief rebellion and rained dramatically on my sock drawer and wrote, "Free the fluff" in lightning across the sky. Dear, oh dear. So how did all this trouble resolve itself? Well, I managed to negotiate a peace by offering the clouds unlimited access to my biscuit drawer, a quiz night where clouds could express themselves through drizzle, and I promised never to use them as emotional barometers again. And what happened to Nimbus? Is he still a thing? Well, yes. He settled down. He still lives in that village, occasionally puffing heart-shaped clouds when villagers wave at him. But yes, it was a strange time. Yes, does sound it. Well, Yeti Uncle John, as our last anecdote, it's your turn. It jolly well is, isn't it? Last anecdote. I'm going to tell you about. Well, I thought I'd tell you about the time that Trevor and his friends tried to start a band. It nearly tore the farm apart due to genre disputes. Oh, gosh. It all started when Trevor found an old tambourine in a barn and declared, "We were born to make music." His friend Kevin, never one to be outshone, immediately claimed lead vocals, insisted on being called Kev Zeppelin. And he and Trevor formed a band called Featherstorm. Oh, gosh. Yes. So you had Kevin on vocals, and he was the one with the real ego. Trevor on tambourine and triangle. He played both simultaneously with his feet. Oh, golly. There, of course, was Barbara the sheep on bass. She had no idea what was happening, but looked cool in sunglasses. Oh, golly. And there was a chicken named Clive on drums. He did have rhythm, but he also had unresolved anger issues. Oh, gosh. I imagine rehearsals were tense? Very tense. The thing is, Kevin wanted to do glam rock, Trevor pushed for experimental jazz, Clive was deep into death metal, and Barbara just wanted snacks. Their first song was called Dust Bath Blues. It featured a triangle solo so long it caused a goat to fall asleep mid-chew. Oh, gosh. Did they get any work, any gigs? Well, they booked a gig at the local farmer's market, but the crowd was mostly toddlers and confused pensioners. Kevin wore leather pants made from recycled feed bags, and he also tried to crowd surf. The trouble is nobody caught him. Oh, gosh. Yes. Trevor's tambourine flew into a pie stand. Clive screamed into the mic for 45 seconds straight, and Barbara wandered off mid-set and joined a knitting circle. Oh, she seems balmy. Oh, is that a joke? Maybe. Oh, dear. The band broke up immediately after the show. Kevin blamed creative differences, and Trevor blamed a lack of artistic respect for triangle culture, and Clive started a solo project called Clockopolis. Oh dear, you mean apocalypse with cluck at the beginning. Clockopolis. No, it's difficult to say. Yes, it's very difficult to say. That's probably why he never had any success. But what about Featherstorm? It lives on as a legend. Their one surviving demo tape is buried under the duck pond, guarded by a suspiciously musical frog. Golly. Oh dear. Well, Yeti Uncle John, that's about it. It is indeed. Thank you, listeners. Thank you for listening to us. Hope you enjoyed our anecdotes this time. Maybe we'll be back again another week. We never know, do we, Cromitty? No, we never know when we're going to be called to duty. Anyway, well, all right then. Goodbye for now. Take care. Join us again soon. Bye-bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Spaghetti Show. The Yeti Spaghetti Show. Oh yes, the Yeti Spaghetti Show. It's so much fun. Come and join us again soon. Yes, come back. Yes, we'll be here again anytime now. Yes. The Yeti Spaghetti Show. Yeti Spaghetti Show. Guys, thank you so much. Paul, it's fine. We enjoyed it. We always enjoy making our Yeti Spaghetti shows. Yes, we do. Absolutely. I love hearing your anecdotes. I love being part of your shows. It makes a change from doing my own show. Yes, I'm sure it must. You should go solo. Oh, we don't want to leave the Shy Life podcast? You don't have to leave the Shy Life podcast. I mean, the show is all about what goes on behind the scenes of the show anyway, so you'd still be there. Plenty of other podcasters do more than one show. I guess so. Still, you may have a point, Cromitty. The Yeti Spaghetti show does seem to be a lot more successful than our previous attempts. It does, yes.
I agree, darlings. I think you should take it on the road,
Take it on the road?
Yes, darling. I was saying to Cromitty last time. I did my 2-woman show with Charlotte. Why not do another one, in a few months' time with all three of us?
I don't know if Charlotte would be very pleased about that.
Oh, darling. She'll understand. She'll have other projects.
Well, I guess we could. Perhaps. Oh, well, it's a nice idea. Bettina, I can hear some music playing. Not the usual music, but I can hear some music playing. When we come back, have you got time for one more anecdote?
Oh, of course, darling. Absolutely.
Okay, listeners, when we come back, just one more little anecdote by Bettina.
Oh, dear. Shall I start?
Yes, please do.
Okay, darling. I call this one The Count, the Parrot and the Puzzle. So this was a lot later on. By this point I'd known Desdemona many years. And it was about 1998. I'd been invited to perform a dramatic reading of Madame Bovary at a literary salon in Geneva, hosted by Count Otto van Schnuck, a man with impeccable tailoring, questionable emotional stability, and a deep obsession with my portrayal of doomed heroines. The Count had recently adopted a Pomeranian puppy named Arthur, who was described in the invitation as charmingly spirited. In reality, Arthur was a 4-pound whirlwind of fluff, teeth, and bladder-related unpredictability. So I arrived at the Count's chalet with Desdemona in tow, and she immediately began mimicking Swiss-German phrases like, "Was ist das fondue?" and "Nein, Arthur, nein." The latter became increasingly relevant. During the performance, I was in full tragic flow. She wanted to die. She wanted to live in Paris. When suddenly Arthur, overcome by emotion or indigestion, relieved himself on the Count's prized Persian rug. The Count was mortified and red-faced, trying to cover up the incident with a decorative throw pillow, which only made things worse. Desdemona, ever the provocateur, squawked, "Scandal, scandal!" then added in perfect French, "Le chien est un saboteur," which, was true. The Count had been simmering with jealousy for a while, partly over Desdemona's linguistic prowess, and, he was usually known for being quite charming, but this time he snapped. He accused Desdemona of undermining his authority, and Arthur of being in league with the foreign agents. I mean, a strange thing to say, considering it was his dog. Anyway, I attempted to remain unfazed, and I just laid it on the line. I said, if your puppy is plotting espionage and my parrot is orchestrating rebellion, then I must be doing something right. Of course, the audience applauded. Arthur barked, Desdemona bowed, the Count sulked into a corner with a glass of kirsch and a copy of The Sorrows of Young Werther. Later that evening, I was offered a teaching post at the University of Lausanne. I declined it, but I did receive a lifetime supply of rug cleaner, which I accepted, and a handwritten apology from Arthur, dictated by the Count and signed with a paw print. And there you have it.
Oh, Bettina. That's a marvellous story. Very good. Yes, I loved it.
Well, theatre is chaos, life is theatre, and sometimes the most dramatic performances involve upholstery and small mammals.
So true. Oh, yes. Very true. Oh, yes, Bettina, thank you. We better go.
All right, darlings. Goodbye.
Goodbye, listeners. Goodbye. Bye-bye. See you soon. Thanks so much, Bettina. That was wonderful.
Oh, this is fine. Oh, darling. Thank you.
Sing,